Hi everybody, today we are going to be looking at multiplying mixed numbers, and we are going to be starting on page 57 in your math book. So go ahead and turn to that page, make sure you've got your stuff out and you are ready. Multiplying mixed numbers is just like multiplying fractions, because all you do is you rewrite your mixed number as a improper fraction, and then you multiply all the parts. The trickiest part, though, this is the thing that everybody, well, I wouldn't say everybody forgets, but it's the biggest error that we find, is that people try just holding all the pieces in their brain and multiplying parts together and then combining them back, and it does not work. Do not do that. You just have to do a little bit of rewriting and a little bit of mental math to get to your improper fraction. So remember, when you write improper fractions, that really what you're doing is you are multiplying your denominator times your whole number and adding the numerator with the denominator staying the same. So this example right here, 1/2 times 2 3/4. I do 1/2 times 2 3/4. Which is equal to 1/2 times, I'm going to look right here, watch, 4 times 2 plus 3 all over my denominator. That's my 4 times 2 plus my numerator, okay? Those are the bits and pieces that you have to remember. You don't have to write out this phase, this step right here, if you don't need to. That's okay. Eventually, everybody will get to the point where they don't need to. But if you need that step, do that step so that you can keep everything in your brain from turning into mush, okay? So then we just multiply our pieces. We multiply our numerators. 1 times 11 is 11. 2 times 4 is 8, and we end up with 11/8. But that is not written down in simplest form. We're always going to want to show our work in a mixed number. So 8 goes into 11 one time with 3 pieces left over. So our answer is written as 1 3/8. And that is how you do your multiplication of a fraction. So here's our fraction times a mixed number. Now, if you turn your page and look at page 58, oh, this is where my workspace gets a little sketchy, guys. See if I can balance everything here. I'm getting used to new workspaces, and I need a bigger desk out here. But here's how you do the math. You have 1 4/5 times 3 2/3. And do you see this step right here? Oops. You're writing both numbers as improper fractions. So we have our improper fractions right there. And then you want to see if you can divide out common factors, if you can simplify at this step. And we could divide 3 out of 3 and 9. So that was pretty easy. 3 goes into 3 one time, 3 goes into 9 3 times. Multiply our fractions, and we end up with 33/5. And then you simplify. 5 goes into 33 6 times with 3 left over. Okay? Go ahead and try 6 through 9. Well, try 6 and 7. Pause your video, try 6 and 7. Resume it. I'll go over 6 and 7, and then we'll do the on your own for 8 and 9. So just pause your video. Do on your own 6 and 7 on page 58. All right, so check this out. We had 1/3 times 1 1/6. I rewrote my fraction. 1/3 times 7/6. 1 times 7 is 7. 3 times 3 is, 3 times 6 is 18, and my answer is 7/18. And the bottom one, number 7, oops. I have 3 1/2 times 4/9. I convert my 3 1/2 to an improper fraction, which is 7/2. I'm still multiply it by 4/9. Here I could do my simplifying, or I can wait till I do it at this point. It doesn't matter which one I do. I I like the look of this one better if I simplified here, because then I don't have this mess to deal with. Either way though, I'm just showing you this method because it works. 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 4 2 times. So then when I would multiply that together, I would still end up with 14/9, but here I didn't. I ended up with 28/18. I divided 2 out of each one, and there's my 14/9, which is still an improper fraction. 9 goes into 14 one time with 5 left over, so my answer is 1 5/9. And the next two, 8 and 9, are just like that, but you just have bigger numbers to deal with. You have bigger, you have 2 mixed numbers that you have to convert into improper fractions, and then simplify if you can, cross cancel if you can, and then multiply together, and then simplify again if you need to. Okay, so pause your video, try 8 and 9, and then we'll restart and look at those answers. Okay, so here I had 1 7/8 times 2 2/5. I rewrote, here's all my steps to rewrite my fractions as improper fractions, 15/8 over 12/5. I simplified where I could in this step so that I didn't have as big a numbers to deal with here. I knew 4 went into 8 and 12. It goes into 8 2 times. It goes into 12 3 times. 5 goes into 5 and 15. It goes into 5 one time and 15 3 times. Then I did 3 times 3 is 9. And 2 times 1 is 2. 2 goes into 9 4 times with 1 left over. And down here, here's my math, same kind of steps, same simplifying step right there. And then right here, I end up with 12 over 1. Well, 12 ones is really a whole number 12. So when you get an answer like this, and there are a number of them on your homework where you will end up with a whole number, the answer is just the whole number. That is the answer in simplest form, is 12. Okay? Let me know what questions you have. Yeah, and I'll see you in class.